down straight up.
Lifts to follow will be Boxall.
The second lift for a very useful Australian, Harvey Goodman, on the bar, the same as Keith Boxall, and if he gets this 147.5 kilograms, he in fact will move into the lead because he's the lightest of all the competitors at 88.55 kilograms. So there again, 23 stone and 3 pounds to be raised above the head of the Australian Harvey Goodman. But 45 seconds to go on the clock. He's got to get it off the platform within a minute and a half. Well, he struggled with that one, but a good lift by Goodman, and that puts him into the lead.
Good lift for Harvey Goodman, and he moves into the lead.
So Goodman, whose speciality really is the clean and jerk, that's the second of the two disciplines, and he's anxious to record as much in the snatch as possible to give him a good overall total.
But
Goodman again, hardly any clearance from the feet and well above the head. There's Ivan Darcigny from Canada, his third and final lift. Failed at 142.5 the first attempt, 142.5 he did lift, and now he's moved up a pretty impressive 7.5 kilograms to 150. This his third and final lift, and if he gets it, it will put him into the lead. A 23-year-old PE coach from Quebec, member of a fairly strong Canadian side here, 7th year in the national team. He's been competing at international level since he was a 16-year-old. 7th in the Olympic Games in the 82.5 kilogram division, so a seasoned campaigner. I wonder, has he overstretched himself? No, he hasn't. Oh! Well, that's a fine lift from Ivan Darcigny from Canada, and having failed the first time with 142.5, he struggled to get it up. But that lift for him puts him into the gold medal position, and he is now finished with this competition, and he'll have to wait and see what the two Englishmen and the Australian can do. Now it's Harvey Goodman coming back on, also on the bar, 150 kilograms, 330.5 pounds. If he lifts this, he will go into the lead ahead of the Canadian because he is the lightest of all the competitors, 88.55 kilograms, the Canadian 89.25. So this to go into the lead, and Boxall and Dawkins still to come. Goodman from Australia, 22-year-old, born in Bolton, in Lancashire. Well, we've had some great lifting in this division. First from the Canadian Darcigny, and Goodman completes his snatch with 150, and that goes into the lead because of his lighter body weight. Little coach Paul Koffa there, and the Bulgarian Blagoj Blagojev, who's coaching the Australians. Very fast indeed, hardly any sign of a wobble, a couple of little staggers, and right above the head. Good technician, really whipped that up clear of the legs, sat back on it for the slightest fraction of a second, and stood steady. Keith Boxall now, the gold medalist from Edinburgh. Mike Pearman and Wally Holland behind him, has moved up to 152.5 kilograms. That's an increase of 5 kilograms from his first lift, and he's only 2.5 kilograms away from the game's record, which is held by England's Gary Langford, set in Edmonton in Canada in 1978. Boxall on the bar, 152.5 kilograms. That's 336 pounds, which is exactly, give or take an ounce or so, 24 stones. And considering that this man is weighing in at something just under 14 stones. Oh, not happy. So Boxall at this stage out of the medals in the snatch, and he will probably have to do that again. So there he goes. He whipped it up, but he didn't look at all confident about that, and as it went over his head, he decided it wasn't a good lift. The third and final lift then for England's Keith Boxall, the electrician from Mitcham in London. This to give him the silver medal in the snatch. Duncan Dawkins still to open his account, but Boxall must get this if he's going to be in with a medal. Steady, Keith. And that's the silver. Combined gold in Edinburgh. A slap around the air, a playful one from Wally Holland, and a bit of a cuddle from Mike Pearman. And he really had to do that, but when it counted, the experience was there, and he staggered forward, but a good correction. Again, whipped that up, and that's a silver medal lift.
Duncan Dawkins from England. With his first lift, if he's successful, he will take the gold medal on the snatch.
Well now, silver for Boxall and England, and this could be a gold medal lift for Dawkins and England, and not just a gold medal lift for Duncan Dawkins. It could equal, will equal, should he clear 155 kilograms, the existing games record, which has stood since 1978, to England's Gary Langford. So, a gold with the first lift, and still two to come, records to be broken, but the gold to be taken first of all. Duncan Dawkins, 22-year-old. Oh, well, if you're going to start, you might as well start well. What a splendid lift from Dawkins, and there looks to be 5, maybe 7.5 kilograms more in there somewhere. So the gold medal, and equaling the games record with the very first lift of this 90 kilogram competition in the snatch. Look at Dawkins, great technique. This man who's getting better and better all the time, only 22, wide grip, whipped that up, the arms locked right out, and what a splendid lift by Dawkins. Duncan Dawkins with 2 minutes on the clock. John Lair giving him some fairly straightforward advice, and a sniff of the smelling salts, and a sharp bark of command from John Lair, the English and Great Britain Olympic coach for Duncan Dawkins, the postman from Bristol, the 22-year-old. Says he's the strongest postman in Bristol, and who would argue with that? He had a fail at 162.5 for a new games record, so this is his third lift in the snatch. He's already assured of a gold medal, but he would like to set a new games record. 26 stones, almost on that bar. And up it goes. Gold, and if we get the 3 white lights, a new games record. And he probably could have done that the second time, kept the appreciative crowd here waiting. A pat from all concerned, John Lair, Mike Pearman, and Wally Holland. And having made sure of the gold medal with his first lift, Duncan Dawkins sets a new games record in the snatch in the 90 kilogram category, 162.5 kilograms, and he made fairly light of it, having had a little stutter at it at the first attempt. There it goes. That's a new record, and the gold.
Snatch will take place. The gold medal with a new Commonwealth Games record snatch of 162.5 kilograms from England, Duncan Dawkins.
There's the man from Bristol, the 22-year-old postman, Duncan Dawkins. Gold medal, equaling the games record with his very first lift. And he went on to set a new games record with 162.5 kilograms in the snatch.
The silver medal with a snatch of 152.5 kilograms from England, Keith Boxall.
Not perhaps the force in world weightlifting he was a few years ago. Gold medal for the combined in Edinburgh 4 years ago, and now silver here in Auckland for Keith Boxall.
the bronze medal with a snatch of 150 kilograms from Australia, Harvey Goodman.
Australia's Harvey Goodman gets the bronze, but his specialist lift, the clean and jerk, still to come, and he could be a big threat as far as the total is concerned.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of England.
Very impressive stuff from Duncan Dawkins, and he must be a good bet now for the overall title a little bit later. Clean and jerk still to come. Gold for Duncan Dawkins and silver for the defending champion from Edinburgh, Keith Boxall. England gold and silver. And that means, 10 weightlifting golds for Britain in the last couple of days, 3 for Scotland, 5 for Wales, and now those 2 golds for England. We're going to return to boxing now. Flyweight quarter-finals coming, and remember, victory at this stage of the competition means that boxers are guaranteed at least a bronze medal. John McLean, he'll go for Scotland in the later session. Wayne McCulloch of Northern Ireland we're going to see now. Wayne McCulloch's opponent from Tanzania, Benjamin Wangata, and we join it at the start with Harry Carpenter.
Here's the first appearance in these championships of Northern Ireland's flyweight, Wayne McCulloch, facing here Ben Wangata from Tanzania, who's already had one contest and stopped his man in the 3rd round in the preliminaries. But McCulloch got a bye through to the quarterfinals, and here we are in the quarterfinal of the 8-stone division. Whoever wins will go through and is assured of a bronze medal at least. So important contest this. McCulloch of Northern Ireland, who boxed in the Seoul Olympics, and so indeed did his opponent, Wangata. Both men 19 years old. Wangata looks the more sturdily built of the two, in the upper regions anyway. McCulloch, former Irish light flyweight champion when he was only 17. He's the current Ulster flyweight champion. Wangata, a former silver medalist in the All-African Games. So 2 quite experienced teenagers here. Could be well matched. McCulloch of Northern Ireland and Wangata of Tanzania. Low punch from McCulloch. Vicious looking right chop there from Wangata, but fortunately missed. Well, this is going to be quicksilver stuff between these two. 2 fast men. Nice little neat right chop from McCulloch.